Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
That's what I'm talking about. All of today's guests, including Ross Tucker, standing by, brought to you by the Bayside Oceanfront Resort. Call them directly, 250-248-8333, or visit BaysideResortParksville.com to book your event or your stay today. Rick, we bring in from the Ross Tucker Football Podcast, CBS Sports, and Westwood One, Ross Tucker. Ross, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
My pleasure. Doing awesome. How are you guys?
Very, very well. All sorts of stuff happening in the NFL over the past couple of days. But I wanted to start with this because I think it's near and dear to your heart. You tweeted out about this, and it is something else to watch. T'Vondre Sweat, Titans. Fumble recovery versus the Bengals. Look, you're already smiling. It was, like I say, something to watch. Rumbles downfield, straight-arming people. Get out of my way. 370 pounds. How much did Ross Tucker enjoy watching that?
Oh, man, I live for that. And by the way, if he's listed at 370, that means he is at least 370. Wouldn't be surprised if he's up around 385, 390. I can't begin to tell you how impressive it is for the people that are watching it right now that a man that large can move that well. You might not realize how fast he's moving out there and how agile he is. He is moving well. To be able to stiff arm a guy, to run like that, I don't know why, but there aren't many things that give me more joy in life than watching an obscenely huge human being run with the football. Why do we like that so much? It's just, I don't know. We need to do it more often. Maybe we'll start my own league, where you have to be over 300 pounds to play in the league. And, so it's the quarterbacks, the receiver. It's just like the big man league. It would be incredible.
Oh, yeah. I'm all for that. Hey, I know what your answer is going to be, but I'm going to ask you anyway. We talk about how you were a point guard in high school basketball. Do we underestimate just how athletic, how fast linemen on both sides of the ball are?
Yes. So, you can't really tell because you're so used to watching running backs, wide receivers, DBs with the ball. Those guys are like 4.3, 4.4 40s, right? Like they're like the fastest people around. What's really impressive is how well defensive and offensive linemen move for their size. I think people would be very surprised how agile they are and how quick they move, especially in like a 10, 15-yard burst. It would shock people. I don't think people realize, when your high school team has a good fullback and he runs for a touchdown, he probably runs like a 5-flat 40, maybe a 4.9. So picture that guy being 325 and running like that. You'd be amazed how many of these guys played. I played fullback in 7th grade, scored a touchdown. A lot of these guys, had a chance to play. I think T'Vondre Sweat was a high school running back. People don't realize these guys are athletes, and then they end up moving to other positions. So often tight ends played receiver. So often offensive linemen played tight end. It's kind of the trickle down effect, or the trickle up, I guess, in terms of weight.
Hey, Ross, one of the biggest games of the year, the Bills, they beat the Lions. Josh Allen, 362 yards passing, 68 yards rushing. Break down that game for us. I mean, that was one a ton of people were watching.
Well, there's two separate things here, Rick. And by the way, really a terrible question. First question for you. Break down that game for us.
Well, you're the expert. You're the expert. I want to get your thoughts.
But you had all night and all morning to prep your question.
Yeah, I did.
And that was, they say in an interview, okay, to ask your best question first. Because you don't know how long the interview will go.
Yeah.
That was your best question.
Yeah.
Break down that game for us.
You're the expert. I want to get your thoughts on the game of the year.
That would have been better.
It's not even really a question. Break down that game. Okay, Rick. I could get really nerdy here and give you like a full like breakdown, but thankfully, I'm here to save the show. That's why you guys pay me millions, okay?
Yes, millions.
To save Donnie and Dolly. That's why we have all these sponsors, not because of you, Rick. So here's what you need to know. 2 things that jump out about this game.
Yep.
Josh Allen's the MVP of the NFL. I think that's pretty clear, barring something unbelievably going sideways the next 3 games. He's been the MVP. He is the MVP. He's been remarkable, especially when you consider they don't really have elite guys around him. He showed that yet again in Detroit on the road. And then the Lions side of this is just sad. It really bums me out. They've never been to the Super Bowl. I strongly believed that this was the year, and I just don't know what's going to happen for him now with all these injuries. I've almost never seen anything like it. They basically lost a whole defense's worth of guys to injuries, and they're getting killed on that side of the ball. Now David Montgomery, part of that tandem at running back, he's done for the year. It's not right. It's not fair. Life's not fair. Listen, there's a lot of people that have hardworking jobs, and as they drive to work or whatever, they have to listen to a guy like Rick get to talk about money. Well, right? So life's not fair. We all know that. Everybody listening or watching right now knows that. But it's especially not fair for Lions fans.
Well, they've put 18 guys on the injured reserve. They got 3 guys in the last week that have had season-ending surgeries.
That is awesome. You know what I love about that?
How is that?
I love that Ryan actually prints out stats for you.
That
you have them in front of you to be able to say something like that. Like as if you did that research yourself.
I did it last night.
About
18
that
guys.
16-year-old who wants to switch from the one junior team to the other junior team. There's all kinds of controversy about it.
18 guys on injured reserve, 3 guys, season-ending surgeries. I got that. Anyways, listen, the 49ers suspended this linebacker, Devondre Campbell. No, this is good.
Wait, say his name again?
Devondre Campbell.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Well, Ross, I said it right. Relax. Anyways, he refused to go in the game against the Rams. Have you ever had a player, his teammates ripped the hell out of him. Have you ever had a player that was supposed to go in and he said, no, I'm not going in?
Not to my knowledge. No. Usually you have the opposite mindset, right? And I talked about that this morning on the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. We posted a clip at Ross Tucker Pod on social media. I'm at Ross Tucker NFL, but Rick, you already know that. But here's the point. Usually, and I've been in this situation, the mindset is, you know what? Okay, fine. I get it. He lost his starting job because Dre Greenlaw came back from injury. I don't know what he was thinking. The only reason why they signed him was because Dre Greenlaw tore his Achilles in the Super Bowl. Like, hello, they got you because they didn't know when Greenlaw would come back. He comes back, he gets the job. Okay. So he's not happy about it. Fine. He knew before the game that was happening. And then Greenlaw gets hurt and he refuses to go back in. What you have to do in that situation for your team and for your career is go in and play your butt off. I mean, he let down all the other guys on the team. But then think about this. He loses the money for the next 3 weeks. That's 3/18 of his salary for the entire year.
Yep.
That's a good chunk that he's losing. And then he's going to be a free agent. Who wants this guy? I mean, talk about totally trashing your own career. Just brutal by Devondre Campbell.
Ross, before we let you go, can you break down my front page story for us?
Yes, I can.
Oh, so that's okay. That's
the
okay.
The greatest gift I can give Rick's wife is ripping him on the show. Yeah. And I know that she loves that.
Yeah, she does.
The second best thing I could give Rick's wife is a front page story from myfrontpagestory.com. She must be a saint or an angel living among us to be married to this man. There's a 0% chance Rick Dollywall would ever get his wife this type of thoughtful gift.
Beautiful.
That's exactly why you, whoever's listening or watching, should go to myfrontpagestory.com. Myfrontpagestory.com. By far the most thoughtful gift you'll ever see. It's a story written all about your loved one, framed, pictures, beautiful. Looks like it's on the cover of the newspaper. They will cry tears of joy. You will win. It'll be hanging up in their house forever. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Do not blow it. Go directly to myfrontpagestory.com. Myfrontpagestory.com. If you do, forward it to me, ross@rosstucker.com. I will make a video saying whatever you want me to make, including trashing Rick. Whatever you want me to say, I will do on the video, and I'll email that to you.
Yep.
Myfrontpagestory.com, ross@rosstucker.com. You have no excuses now.
You have no idea how much we enjoyed this hit.
That was a great breakdown.
Thanks, buddy. Talk to you next week.
Thanks, guys. Can't wait for the breakdown next week. See ya.